So Newman to take the kick for Richmond. And that's not his best option because he's kicked it straight to two Carlton players. One of them is Scotland, who spilt it. Halpin comes in to help out, and he measures the pass to Fisher. Another tight angle, though.
His distribution of Halpin over short distances got better. He really does put his head over the ball, and he hits the target not very far away on almost every occasion these days.
And Richo's having a breather. Strangely enough, he now rests at full forward.
12 matches, 12 goals, 12 behinds for Fisher. Can he change the numbers? Can he turn it into a 13? It's a tight angle, but it's the first goal of the afternoon. We've been waiting.
Itself. When there's been a serious contest, when there's been a stoppage, it's on. There's no doubt about that. But there's just been so few aggressive, physical contests in this game at this stage.
Bryce Gibbs is the one who needs to tighten up and get the footy himself, because his man, Brett Delidio, is just dominating possession at the present time.
Here he is, Gibbs cutting through the middle. Fisher keeps it low. Beautiful pass.
And this is a good move. They've got to get some extra targets up there if they know it's going to be a loose man across that half-back line, just getting in the space for Favola.
Good chase by Simpson, just forced the error from Richardson. Coming out revolt. Couldn't get his hands free to get rid of the footy. We'll have a ball up.
And Waite's got it. Well, Polak's now changed spots with Richo, and he's gone into the forward line.
Carlton from the contest. It's with Gibbs. He goes back to Grigg. Stops, sets himself for a shot. And kicks it. Carlton have hit the front, the goal to Grigg, and they have all the momentum at the moment.
Well, work rate. Well, with the last 10 minutes of play, it started to see Richmond flagging and Carlton continuing on at a consistent level.
Oh, no doubt the run, as we call it in football, is certainly with the Carlton boys at the moment, and Richmond players, some of whom which were high up early and lots of energy, are just struggling now to keep push. But
yep. Richmond not out of trouble yet. Polak's kick doesn't find Cochin. He is going nowhere. Carazzo wraps him up.
I think the other area they...
Simmons, the goal kicker, was over the top in the ruck contest. Richardson went without it. Gibbs to Cloak. Now Murphy. He hits it very long. Fisher going back. Hard running from him. Now the bounce. He dribbles it forward. He gets help, and he gets help from Edwards to kick the goal. Jake Edwards gets Carlton second.
And it is going. Got it, moved it, kept it in play, got balanced.
Smart play from Jared White. He kept his feet. Richo jumped early, needed to protect the body a little bit better than he did, but he's having a good night, or a good afternoon, Jared White.
Yep, and put it away.
Morton and Hughes with 5 between them. And the Tigers stung into action, now back to a 6-point lead. Stevens winning the clearance. Kick from Brown is long. Grigg was front and square. Newman there. Betts tried to pinch it. It came out. Nice handball from Anderson. Scotland back to Bentic. Stands off a step. Kicks to the square. Favola presses back. Betts. That's Eddie Betts. That is what he does for a living. Front and square and dribbles it through.
Good hit.
To the advantage perhaps of Betts. Bowden. Little fumble. Fisher arrives. Gibbs just stood in the tackle and then went around another one.
And then gathered back, weaved his way through and kicked it beautifully. Gosh, he's a dream to watch this kid.
In traffic, he's got such poise. Stevens onto the chest of Betts.
Smart play.
He used Stevens, who was running on. Out to the advantage of Favola, and that's the service he expects from Nick Stevens.
Well, it only came about, though, because of how quickly Carlton got the ball through the middle of the ground. It was a smart play by Eddie Betts. Not so much the mark, that was good quality stuff, but the handball to Stevens stepped up.
Quick as a flash. There's
Betts, and there's the quick reflex give. Stevens running straight at goal, was out to put it to the advantage of Fed. Had a tight shot in the first quarter. This one from right on 50. He makes no mistake for Favola, and Carlton edge closer. Gets on his right boot, hits it in the Hughes direction, right within Grigg, and that's a good spoil because he was outmanoeuvred there by Hughes and probably had 3 inches on him.
Good call on Morton. He was gone. He wanted to get there, but he just couldn't get there, Jared. I think he's better than that, so they dragged him straight away.
Start, Brett Delidio.
Delidio might be trying to... that's it.
Delidio's another great option to go into the goal square, and if he doesn't get the footy in this turn, because Gibbs has tightened up on him, you might see him just leading out of the square.
Scotland The handball over the top to Bentic. Now his kick missed the target by a mile. Beautiful pick up though by Fisher. Stevens had run on. He ran forward. He gets inside 50 and he kicks a goal. He'll be pumped. He won't worry about the umpire now. And from that contest, Stevens just belted forward.
Yes, he did.
There he is.
As we know, Matt, it's no way to play Stevens.
Video got back to help out. Bowden, sidestep. Runs it out. Out in front of Morton. Just paddled it to himself. They got around Thornton, kept it low. Richardson right with him. Waite. Strong tackle by Jared Waite. Good defensive work.
Well, just going through the stats for this quarter, David, it backs up your point. Foley's had just one possession. Delidio's had just 2 possessions. They're there.
Jamison receives the kick in there. He spotted a player breaking hard from the congestion, and it was an intelligent kick to the advantage of Bentic. Gibbs, I should say. Gibbs' is a beautiful pass. Wiggins shorts it to Fisher. Moving it quickly. Yeah, his pass was for Cruiser. The big man rebounds well. Tumbles it forward. Bentic waits. Not 15. He's got to go back with hands. Over to Gibbs, and Gibbs has kicked the goal. Oh, persistence from Carlton was terrific. Points. They've kicked 3 goals in this term. And they're trying to work hard here, but it's Foley. Gets involved. Hyde. Wrapped up. Tamlin couldn't take it. Good work from the big man Cruiser. Worried him out of it. Simpson came in to clean it up. Simpson, he wants a goal. Outside 50, bangs it long. Deserved a goal.
He wasn't working as hard as King was, but here's the big mark. That's fair enough. It was only just...
Brown. He's not sure where to go.
He better bounce the ball soon.
He did well.
Didn't panic. Fisher and Bowden. Bowden worked him under the ball, didn't take it. Edwards will receive the free kick in his back. Jake Edwards hands off to Scotland. And the more experienced player heads long. Cloak's got it. He should go back and put Carlton in front.
That was a good call.
So Cameron Cloak kicks the goal. Blues lead by 1. Cochin got it from McMahon. Away he goes out in front of Richardson. And Waite.
Good support running by Jake King there. That was excellent to leave his man and push up. He hasn't won it.
He gets the tackle though, Jared, and they've held it in the area. That's the desired result.
Yep.
2 minutes to come. And they get another one. Foley tumbles it forward. Here's Hughes. Bad bounce for him. O'Halpin. Likewise.
Well played.
Richardson on hands and knees.
Super.
And they need some help. Patterson was there. Stevens to clear though for Carlton.
Well, wasted opportunity for the Tigers, but has it opened up at the other end of the ground. Here comes Fev.
And Fisher spots him. Favola in best position. Takes the strong mark. And he should turn around and kick a goal. It will be his second.
And what was good was that Bowden's man, Fisher, Bowden was halfway. Do I go with Fisher, let him have it up the ground a bit, or do I come across and protect Favola? He chose to get halfway to nowhere, didn't do either. Fisher was able to have the time and the space to kick it perfectly for Favola. It wasn't an easy mark for Favola, really. It wasn't easy. It was a good mark.
So Favola for number 2. Really should be a sider, and it is. An answering goal for the Blues.
There's a bit of meaning in this stuff right now. I think the game is delicately poised, and the next couple of scores just might make the difference.
I think they've acknowledged that, Parker. White looks like he may have gone on to Stevens with Foley pushed up the ground onto Scotland.
From the contest, Gibbs winning an under. Tamlin came over the top of him. Carlton again persists. Bentic throws it on the boot, gets it forward. Bad bounce. Newman there to clean up. Great smother from Stevens though. Carlton with a chance. Stevens sets it up. And Fisher finishes it off.
That is brilliant. Absolute brilliance for him to take the ball under the pressure he was, Stevens, and release it almost over his shoulder to a blind side. Hit the teammate perfectly. Fisher hit the teammate perfectly who put it away. I mean, that is an inspirational individual act that had a lot of team underlying.
Well, I was really keen for Nick Stevens to play well today because he was the one that needed to lift with the absence of Chris Judd there. the club will be looking to him. He's